Alright, welcome to my tutorial on how to import an OBJ, scale it down to the correct size, and then reduce the file size so that we can upload it to our museum. So go ahead and click off here so that you have your startup file. First we're going to go File, Import, wavefront.obj. Go ahead and click on that. Navigate to where you have your OBJ downloaded. I have it in downloads in a special folder named Burger. Go ahead and open the OBJ. It will take a little bit to open because it's a large file. So just wait for that for a second. Alright, now that it's loaded, go ahead and select it. And we are going to rotate it on the x-axis by pressing R and then X, and just kind of flatten it out, level it a little bit, and then a little bit on the Y. So we're going to do R and Y, rotate on the Y axis a tiny bit. Alright, that looks pretty good. So now our object has the correct rotation. We're going to scale it down by pressing S and 0.1. That'll give us a better size. I'm going to delete this camera because we won't need it, so press X and delete. So now that we have the correct size, we can reduce the mesh quality so that it will be a smaller file size when we get done. So go ahead and click modifiers. It's this little wrench, add modifier, decimate. And we're going to set the value to be about a fourth of the quality that it is right now. So you can see that it works in real time, and it's a little less detailed, but it will work for our purposes. So go ahead and click apply, and that will apply this modifier to our mesh. Okay, now that that's done, we can go ahead and try to apply our texture. What we're going to do is click down here in the bottom left corner of our window and drag across and split the screen. Now what we can do is click down here on this little icon. In standard 2.8, it's actually up at the top. I have mine down at the bottom. So go ahead and click this, and we're going to go to shader editor, and it'll bring up the node groups. So what we want to do is add one, so we can go add texture, image texture, and this will allow us to connect our JPEG. So we're going to go open and navigate to the same spot you have your OBJ downloaded. This one is our texture that we're going to need. And go ahead and connect the color output here to the base color input here. Now go ahead and change your view by holding down Z. It'll bring up this pie menu, and you can go to either lookdev or rendered. For this purpose, I think we can use lookdev. So you can see that it now has applied the texture, and we can get a look at it. So it looks pretty good. Not too bad. So that's how you would hook up the JPEG. Now you can go ahead and export your new file with the reduced size. So we're going to go export wavefront.obj and export it to wherever you want it. In this case, I'm just going to put it back in the burger folder, and I'm going to name it burger lower res so that I can tell this is the lower resolution object. Go ahead and export it, and when it's done, you can actually reopen the export menu if you want to see this file size. So our file size is 13.3 megabytes, and then here's our MTL file. So that's pretty much all you need to do.